But the worst team in the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles.
I almost threw the Giants up there.
You almost did. Almost had him. The Philadelphia Eagles. They didn't have a great year last year.
Didn't have a great draft either.
Didn't have the greatest of drafts, but I mean they traded up 2 spots in the first round to get DeVonta Smith. That's not a move that I absolutely hated. They felt that they needed to get above 11 to get a wide receiver. So they went out and got the one they wanted.
I hate that you gave up. Trading up is either for quarterbacks or good teams. Neither of those applied to this pick for the Eagles. And I don't hate DeVonta Smith. I actually like the pick. I just don't like that you had to trade up to do it.
Right.
I mean, here's my thought. All right, so you're sitting at 12. DeVonta Smith's on the board. Micah Parsons is on the board. Greg Newsome is on the board. And, Elijah Moore, who I really liked, is on the board. You're getting one of those guys. Come the hell or high water, you're getting one of those guys. And so you gave up a pick on a team that was just demolished by the dead cap on Carson Wentz, all of the bad contracts. I mean, this is when you kick the can down the road to now. And so you wound up with all of these problems, and you traded up. And I get it. You went and got your guy. More power to you. Cool, you got a quarterback that can't get him the ball. So in a year, when you draft a quarterback that can get him the ball, you got a weapon for him. That's not what I actually dinged them on it. I mean, a little bit. That's not really earned the C+ grade for the Eagles.
Okay, their riskiest pick, you say, is the defensive tackle Milton Williams out of Louisiana Tech in the third round.
Has nothing to do with the player. Has not one damn thing to do with the player.
Okay.
Did you see the response of Tom Donahue when they made the pick?
Yes.
I did.
Tells you everything you need to know about the Philadelphia Eagles. That one Twitter screen grab tells you everything you need to know about the Eagles. Because you've got your director of college scouting, or whatever the hell his title is, senior scout or something.
Right.
That went, fuck this. And he basically, on camera, looked at Howie Roseman and went, get the fuck out of my face. That's a really bad sign.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the good teams didn't have that happening?
Right.
Frankly, I didn't see it happen with another team. I'm sure it happened behind closed doors. But when you're pissed off enough at the GM that you can't even hide it knowing full well there's a camera on you, it's a bad sign. And I just look at everything with Philadelphia, and this all goes back to Howie Roseman outsmarting himself with the Jalen Hurts thing. And now I think the whole front office looks at this team and goes, we won a Super Bowl a few years ago. And in just a few years, you have demolished this team because they're not good. I think any Philadelphia Eagles fan will admit to you, this is the worst team in this division. If you're rational, of which there seems to be less of that than I thought there was. But
especially in the Eagles fan base.
The Eagles are not one that's come after me yet. They will.
I
would say today that will probably
happen.
Absolutely.
Sure.
In the second round, they took Landon Dickerson, 37 overall. I thought that was a really good pick.
I don't, because you've got Jason Kelce. Yes, he's 100 years old. I get that. Landon Dickerson is not the no doubt home run pick that everybody seemed to make him. You got to understand, I'm a Florida State fan. I watched this dude for a minute. He was a liability at Florida State. Then he got to Alabama, and he was 2 and 3 years older than everybody was playing against, and all of a sudden he's a man possessed. I liked the kid. Don't act like this is a no doubt home run 15-year starter in the league. Between injury history and the fact that his best tape was when he was markedly older than everybody on the field, that's unsettling. I had him and Creed Humphrey right side by side. Creed Humphrey went in the third round. You took this guy in the beginning of the second.
Yeah,
and you're going to play him at guard to start off with because you've got Kelce, and that's fine. And I'm not, and I got dinged on this yesterday that I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. No, I'm not, because there's good and bad to a lot of picks.
Right.
I'm not saying I don't like Landon Dickerson. I'm saying I don't like him where you took him.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that Kelce's, 150 years old. Landon Dickerson's 125 years old, coming out of college. Going to be collecting Social Security pretty soon here. But I just felt like that pick was okay. I think the only pick that I really – and DeVonta Smith, I think he's going to be really good in this league.
I do too.
I do too. It was kind of a weird of the trading back and then trading back up. It just seemed a little weird. But the only pick that really jumps out of the screen for me is going to be Kenneth Gainwell, and that was number 150 overall. I think he actually will help this team more this year and the next couple of years than maybe – every other draft pick they have.
Well, Zach McPherson, I don't understand why you waited so long to take a corner. Their secondary is awful. I mean, awful. You looked at Jalen Mills and were sad he was leaving. And you may not have, but the Eagles did because they made a run at him. Whether you want to admit that or not, or whether you like it or not, it's the case. And looking at Jalen Mills walk out the door and being sad about it is like the girl that wouldn't stop cheating on you, you being sad when she left you for your frat brother. Like, oh, no, please don't go. And Philadelphia was legitimately, oh, shit. He was better than what we have.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't understand. Philadelphia just doesn't seem to have a path to me. That's the reason that I'm dinging you so much. DeVonta Smith is a win-now player. That's a guy that makes me think you believe you can win now. And then I look at your secondary and go, that's not a win-now secondary.
Yeah.
It's not. You're going to get torched in a division that the Giants added 2 more pieces. The Cowboys are a high-octane offense, and guess what? Washington, they can score points now.
Yeah.
And your biggest liability is your secondary. How do you think that's going to work out?
Kenny Gainwell in the 5th round, I thought was a good value pick for them. I think he'll come in and be fine running with Miles Sanders. It'll be, give them the ability to run the ball. If you're not convinced that Jalen Hurts is the future of this team, you got to kind of treat him like Cleveland and Kevin Stefanski are treating Baker Mayfield. Take the ball out of his hands as much as possible. So Kenneth Gainwell, I think, can serve that purpose for them if that's the path they want to go down. Now,
he was the best blocking back in this draft. And I could see him filling the 3rd down role really well.
Yeah. I love that we're 7 minutes into this and they're already losing it in the comments about how hot Zach Wilson's mom is.
The best value pick for the Philadelphia Eagles was their last one.
Would have been Zach Wilson's mom.
Oh, Patrick Johnson, the edge rusher out of Tulane.
I like Patrick Johnson.
But I feel like this is a guy that you had way higher on your board than in the 7th round.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had him, I think the last mock I did, I had him at the very end of the 3rd.
Yep.
I mean, that's a value pick. Now, how he's going to fit in this defense, I really don't know because I thought he was a hand in the dirt defensive end. So, I mean, they project him as a linebacker, and that's, I'm fine with that. Yeah. That's a good player to get in your building. Now, he's a little raw, going to take some time, but I do like the pick. Just so I don't have to say all bad things about the Eagles.
Oh, God.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles have a collection of talent here.
I like Taron Jackson, too, by the way.
Okay.
You got 2 guys that I think can get after a quarterback. I like that. Frankly, I like everything they did on day 3. It's day 1 and 2 that I look at and go, I don't know how I feel about that.
Right.
That's the reason their grade's a C+. I'm going to be honest with you. After day 2, I was pretty sure this was going to be a Gary Busey. And then day 3 happened, and I went, well, son of a bitch. None of that's bad.
Right. They do have a good collection of talent. How they fit in the scheme, of course, that's going to be on Nick Sirianni and the rest of the coaching staff to figure out. But they're no doubt the worst team in this division.
Might be the worst team in the entire league.
Nope, Houston Texans. Houston Texans have already peed on that. Don't try to take that from them.
They licked it.
They don't have much. Don't take that from them.
Right. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys.